Hello and welcome to Intruders TV. Today we're talking to Trip Adler from Scribd. Hello, Trip. Tell us a little about yourself and then we'll jump into the company.
Well, my name is Trip Adler. I originally grew up in Palo Alto, California, and then I went to college out in Boston. I went to Harvard. There I studied biophysics, and I met my co-founder Jared, and we started working on some startup ideas, and we worked on Scribd, and we did Y Combinator last summer, and there we met our third co-founder, Tikhon Bernstam, and since then we've been working on Scribd. We launched the site in last March, and now we're here in San Francisco. We just moved into our office a couple weeks ago, and we're up to a team of 7 now, because things are growing quickly.
Yeah. Okay. So you started all of you, I guess, met in Boston, right? And all three of you applied to Y Combinator?
That's right.
That's the beginning?
Yeah, so I was actually applied in one startup with Jared, and then Tikhon did a different startup, and we'd all worked on different ideas. And then in the fall, we came together to work on Scribd.
So what's Scribd?
So Scribd is a way to share documents online. You can take any kind of document, a PDF file, a Word file, a PowerPoint, and just upload it in a matter of seconds, and it gets published online with our embeddable Flash viewer. And we also create a community around this. You can create a profile, you can make friends, you can comment on each other's documents, and I mean, really, our idea is just to make it really easy to share documents, and we launched the site, and it became very popular. We had a lot of uploads, and I mean, our goal is just to accumulate as much content as possible and become the largest library of documents online.
So people call it YouTube for documents. Do you agree with that categorization?
I mean, I think it's a good way to explain it to people. I mean, we did get a few sort of design ideas from YouTube. Like YouTube, you can upload your file in any format, and we convert it to all these different formats. But I mean, I think that there's a little confusion about that, because most people think of YouTube as sort of an entertainment site, and Scribd it's obviously a fun site, but it's a little bit less about entertainment and creating this library of information. So maybe it's more accurate to think of it more of like something similar to Wikipedia than YouTube. But I think that YouTube for Documents does sort of get the idea across pretty well.
Hopefully the exit part will equally apply, right?
We'll see. We'll have even bigger exit.
Okay. So I mean, why did you come up with the idea, right? What problem were you trying to solve?
Well, we were recently in college, and as college students, we have hundreds or even thousands of documents on our computers. We have all this schoolwork we've created, and we have lecture notes from classes and PowerPoint presentations, and we wanted to unlock this information and put it online. You just think about how many documents are on people's hard drives right now. If everyone were to just upload that to the internet, it would increase the amount of text on the internet by a lot, and that was sort of our idea.
What about some of the copyright issues around people uploading documents, right? How do you get around that?
Yeah, well, just like Google or YouTube, we're DMCA compliant, so if something gets copyright gets uploaded, which does often happen, we just remove it when the copyright holder complains. We get a few takedown notices a day, maybe 2 or 3 a day, and we take things down always within a few hours, or at least within 24 hours, and usually the copyright holders are pretty happy that we listen to their requests. So it hasn't really been an issue so far.
Okay, makes sense. Do you have any public stats you can share with us in terms of maybe the number of users, number of documents, or basically what you have achieved so far?
Yeah, so since we launched in March, we've gotten about 250,000 documents. We have about, on the better days, about 150,000 unique visitors a day. a lot of them come from search engines, a lot from link filter sites, and a lot of people just come directly to browse the site. And yeah, I mean, we continue to get a few thousand documents every day, and the number is growing. And as more documents bring more viewers.
And so with Scribd, do you want to become the destination site? That is, if someone wants to find a document, they go to your site, right? Because they know this will you find it. Is that kind of the idea?
I mean, we want to be as much of a destination site as we can, but at the same time, most of our traffic comes to individual documents, people linking to individual documents, and I think that's okay. I mean, there's already really good ways to search the web, such as Google. But as a destination site, it's growing. We do have a homepage with a popular list. You can come and check out what's popular, and we have different ways to browse the site that are kind of unique to it. So it's kind of both a destination site and a site that's accessed in other ways.
And how are you looking to monetize the user base that you have now?
I mean, that isn't really a priority of ours right now, but we do plan to put ads on eventually, and we have some other ideas.
Okay. And so what's next for Scribd, right? So you have everything in place. Let's talk about let's clarify it once and for all.
Yeah, we say Scribd. A lot of people say Scribd, a lot of people say Scribd, but at least here at Scribd, we say Scribd.
Scribd, once and for all. So what's next for Scribd?
We have a lot of ideas for features that we're working on right now. We have a groups feature, which will hopefully be coming out within a week. So you can basically create your own Scribd within Scribd. So if you want to create a group just for sharing poems, you can create a group with 50 of your friends and just share poems. So that's coming out soon. We also have a new, more robust conversion system coming out soon. So conversion will take place faster and more accurately. We're also working on an API so that people can use Scribd's conversion services on their own website. And there's a bunch of other ideas that are secret at the moment, but there's a lot going on.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the companies you mentioned. There were 3 founders, and there are now 7 people. You also raised, so you started as a Y Combinator company, but more recently you've raised more traditional venture capital round.
Yeah, so we raised $3.5 million from Redpoint Ventures and $250,000 from the Kinsey Hills Group. Since we did that, Jeff Yang from Redpoint has joined our board, and they're all great investors. We use them all the time. They have a lot of good ideas for us, and it's going well.
So this is on top of, I guess, the initial Y Combinator seed round and the initial 3 months out in Boston.
Yeah, so we initially raised $12,000 from Y Combinator, then we raised $40,000 from the Kinsey Hills Group. They were the only investors who would give us any money pre-launch. And then we launched our product, and immediately we had investors contacting us every day. Just after being on TechCrunch twice, we're having 5 VCs a day contacting us, just because we had so much traffic, I guess, and they probably liked the idea too. And then we ended up closing around with Redpoint, and at the same time, the Kinsey Hills Group invested another $210,000.
So the VC success, would you attribute it more to TechCrunch effect more than anything else?
Well, I think that TechCrunch was really helpful, but really what gave us most traffic was that TechCrunch article was then on the front page of Dig, and it was on the front page of Reddit, and on Delicious, and it also all over the blogosphere. So I think that TechCrunch kind of got things started, but then it was all these other sites that really kind of gave us a big boost in traffic. And then what happened was, after that initial launch, all the content on the site continued to be really popular. We were on Dig almost every other day for the first few weeks, and it just kind of got our name out there.
Okay. And so I guess my last question will be around more entrepreneurship. So you started out in Y Combinator, you raised venture capital around. What would be your words of advice to budding young entrepreneurs like yourself who are just starting out?
Words of advice are just don't get discouraged. Keep trying. I mean, we, like I said, we started out with one idea in Y Combinator, and we had to completely scratch the idea and and start over with Scribd. We actually went through about several ideas that we had put a lot of work into. We spent our last years at Harvard playing with a lot of different ideas and spent a lot of time, and it was frustrating, but eventually we found an idea that worked out pretty well. So my advice is to just try different ideas. Don't be afraid to be flexible and to kind of just start over.
Thank you very much, and good luck with Scribd.
Thank you very much. It's nice talking.